I'm back. Took off for a little bit, had a good cry. I would say I'm kidding, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to roll in, but I sadly have to get rid of my zinnia plants and my new cucumber plants. So far, I don't know what else I'm rid of yet, but to figure out my Wi-Fi. Hang on here. I am just going to get set up to do that, and it's time to say goodbye. Woo! What's up, Fizz? Yeah, put it under the scope, and also looked at my zinnia plants, and yeah, it looks like we got a potential case of downy mildew, and it's one of those things where I can give them more time to see if it's a nutrient deficiency, but then I risk, ruining everything else if it hasn't reached everything else yet. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty bummed out. I'm just trying to relax and remind myself that I can grow the plants again, but that's okay. We had a good run while it lasted, but those cucumber plants are new, so that sucks. I hope nothing else has been affected, but yeah, we'll just have to and see. It looks like my mildew and cantaloupe would probably also be affected. I may also have to get rid of those just to be safe. And then as for the watermelon, I should check the watermelon plant. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. I think it's also, man, yeah, it really is part of life. That sucks. What's up, Spanish Dre? Fuck. Now I need to search. Okay guys, so it's worse than I realized. I gotta get rid of my watermelon plants. Oh man. So yeah, I put it under the scope. I'll do a quick green screen to show you guys. But I think also on so this is the front side of the leaf. So you've got some spotting here. Because it's not right at the veins, I'm thinking that it is some kind of fungus. And then the underside of the leaves, it's not like purple or fuzzy or anything. It's kind of like a translucent I don't know how to describe it, but it's honestly, I don't think it's worth the risk. It has been humid in here. And then I Googled downy mildew on zinnia plants, and I think I also have it on my zinnia plants. And my watermelon, I think, is also affected. And I don't know if my tomatoes are. So I think my tomatoes could be affected as well. And it all started because of those tomatillo plants. I know exactly what happened. All right, so the thing is, like, I'd hate to get rid of everything. So I don't know how bad it spreads, and I don't know how bad or severe it is. So thinking is I'm gonna get rid of the cucumber plants. I'm gonna get rid of zinnia plants. I'm gonna unfortunately have to get rid of the watermelon plant. I'm going to, I don't know. The thing is, like, I'm scared. What if it's not? Oh, you guys, I'm like freaking out. But no, I think the best call is to get rid of the cucumbers. The little bumps on the underside. So they're not really bumps. It's like thinned out to the degree where it's like almost through. That's what I'm going to do, Colton. I'm going to cut the affected branches of the tomatoes because there are some leaf tomatoes that have that bumpy, whatever the tomatillos had. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I had a good cry after I got off the live, and that's when I only thought it was the cucumber plants. So now I'm like, oh God. All right. It is what it is. So we're going to get rid of the zinnia plants, and we are going to get rid of the cucumber plants. And as for the watermelon, I don't know what to do. I think it have it because the tomato leaves that are hanging, I'll just show you guys. The tomato leaves that are hanging over the watermelon are experiencing the same issue. So you see? So I don't know if this is downy mildew. I don't want to be like touching everything, you know. It does kind of look like it. Yeah, I don't know what to do, you guys. Especially the watermelon plant, I'm concerned, you know? Because the watermelon plant, it did start from the lower leaves, and that's what ChatGPT says about. And then also the other suspicious thing is, like, specifically in this area, I don't know, like, look. See that on the leaves and stuff? Shit, you guys, shit. I don't know what to do. This is for sure, like, this is for sure. There's no doubt in my mind that that is something wrong with that plant for sure. All right, I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I already made the call. I'm not gonna go back on it. I'm getting rid of them. Oh, sorry. Yes, so I can treat everything else with neem oil and, yeah, all right. I'm going to stick to my original instincts, get rid of it. I'm really upset right now. That really sucks. All right, I'm gonna pause the watering just for a minute. Just catch up on the chat here. Yeah, Spanish Dre, I got to get more airflow in there for sure. I need to get more fans. So I have 2 big inline fans over there. I need to get more like oscillating fans, maybe some on the ceiling, just going downwards and just around the sides. I also need a dehumidifier, which I procured, but unfortunately, I got a used one and it doesn't work. So once I get the airflow, yeah. The challenge with airflow is that if you do have a mildew issue, then you have to, oh my god, I saw Wickershires. Yeah, if you have the fans on and you do have a mildew issue, you can be blowing spores around, so I'm kind of glad that I don't have that right now. I don't know, maybe the seeds were contaminated on, it started from the tomatillo plant. That I can tell you. She has the Russian Mafia black striped sweat. LOL, it's just Adidas, you guys. All right, well, the zinnias are gone. It's like I have to mentally prepare myself, you know what I mean? I'm like really upset right now. Because it's also happening on the islands and fuck man, fuck. I don't even know why I'm still debating it. I'm having a really time parting with these plants. Honestly, I'm so glad that you caught it, Death Squad, because it's not like I did see it. I just don't know enough. Like, until it starts to get really bad, I don't pay it much attention, which is bad because I understand that I made so many changes in such a short amount of time. But the challenge with this is, you know, there's a 20% chance that, okay, so first of all, when I came off the live, I checked a bunch of different resources and everywhere said that, everywhere had like pictures showing what the deficiency looks like if it's a certain nutrient deficiency, and none of the nutrient deficiencies resembled what my plants are displaying right now until I searched downy mildew or blight, which downy mildew actually falls under that category. So and because it's kind of spreading, you know, over the last few days, I've had trouble controlling the environment, and so it kind of makes sense. But it, you know, even if it were nutrients for whatever reason, even if I'm not sure, it's one of those things where if you give time, it could get much worse, and then you're dealing with some real issues. So But now I'm thinking, okay, so when I had my first zinnia plant, that green flower, the leaves started to look like these ones look now, and I left it for a little too long. So it could have stemmed from the zinnia plants, but then if that were the case, why didn't my cucumber plant that's right next to it get it? Like the zinnias, whatever. I'm outside, they grow so fast. I got rid of the plants, whatever. But now I'm like, oh no. Okay. So it's on my dahlia plants as well. Ugh. All right. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I like think ahead. So I'm like, oh my God, do I need to like end this run right now? Do I need to just reset the tent and say goodbye to everything new that I've started? This is the challenge that I'm often with when I have an issue in the grow tent. You know, I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill and, you know, reset the grow tent for one thing that I could just spray down, and that's not a big deal. The thing is, like, by the time I do my research and procure a spray, like, I don't know, wait till tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, the cucumber plant that I harvested from, it's growing very fast. So, however, there's another cucumber plant where that's not happening. That's right next to it. Whatever, man. I already made the decision. I need to just stick with my instincts and go back on it. You can try curing with fungicide, but like you said, no guarantee it will resolve the issue. Losing pressure. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I've learned in this grow tent, it's better to get rid of it than to try to remedy it. Unfortunately, things spread really fast, especially when you don't have the best airflow. So that's definitely got to be or something I consider, you know, because obviously I don't have good air exchange. So yeah, we're saying farewell to the cucumbers. Yeah, exactly, Death Squad. Infections are best prevented once they're it's in the plant. I've even read that if you harvest seeds from a plant that had powdery mildew, that it can happen if you grow from those seeds. So, you know, it's possible. I mean, I don't know, I'd have to search. So allegedly, maybe it could be possible with mildew as well. If it's in the seeds, then it's just... got a little tangled up in the trellis there. Goodbye, Armenian cucumber. And you know what it is too? It's like as soon as so one bucket system at a time is all I can handle, like environment wise. It's grow tent, because as soon as you introduce the other one, full of plants, a lot more humidity, you know, so it's it gets more tricky. Oh man, you guys, I'm so upset right now. I'm so upset right now. You have to just be positive and move on, but fuck, that really sucks. Oh, the Wickershire. I feel like only you could make me laugh in a time like this. My whole being hurts right now. It hurts. It honestly just, it freaking hurts. Yeah, no, honestly, it's because I'm crying. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not crying. No, it's the light actually hurting my eyes. I did turn them down, but not down enough. Oh, man. This blows. I'm hurting so bad inside right now, you guys. To cut down plants is just like, oh, it's a dagger to the heart. Like, honestly, this sucks so bad. Yeah, honestly, cucumbers can suck it. Hey, at least I got one. I harvested one last night. I still haven't tasted it. I got one out of these plants at least. Oh man. There's such good airflow. We're standing like right here. I can feel it because the inline fan is just blowing right this way. So, I don't know. Or the intake fan, sorry. Oh. Well, there's no going back now because I cut them down. But it wasn't worth the risk. Like, this one looks so bad. And it's like totally affected or infected. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that is so bad. That's why I don't love the clay pebbles. I find that there's like a lot of moisture and like mold that can develop. I could just picture you chasing down the bees in your garden. You should start beekeeping and then they'll stay. I'm literally just feeling so sorry for myself right now because I'm just looking at how I put my suit. No, I don't know what to do. It's like, I know I should cut down the melons, but then I'm like, am I jumping in here? But then I'm like, no, because I looked. And with these kinds of things, you gotta act fast. I don't know what I'm now. I'm just putting it off. I'm mentally preparing myself. The melons aren't far along. They just started flowering, so it's not a big deal. It's just more like my sanity can't take it, you know? It's too much death in one day. Let's just do it. Let's rip off the band-aid, let's get it done, and let's move on with our lives, shall we? Stop being a girl, Natalie. Done. Alright, now let's get the roots out, let's get the vacuum out, let's clean these bucket tops, get any spores out of the way, and move on with our lives. moment of silence for the plants that we lost today. I will be grieving tomorrow, and I will be wearing black, and I will probably have some spiked feet. Also got to get rid of these as well. Oh, 070707. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Getting rid of all these plants will definitely take care of the humidity issue. It's a what? Oh, I can't see. It just looks like 070707. Oh God, you guys, I'm really upset. I'm having a really hard time right now. That sucks. I know it's the end of the world. I know it's not the end of the world. I know it's not a big deal. I know. Oh man, like come on. Look how good those roots were too. Like, I mean, I ripped the root system, but like, the nice thick roots. It's not the time, just not the freaking time. Oh my gosh, you guys. I need this to be over so I could just move on with my life. You know what? I was playing a dangerous game without a dehumidifier, so you know what? On me. It's like playing with fire. I flew a little too close to the sun. That's on me. All right. Sup, jackasses? So that was tough. But it's one of those things where you have to make the call and you have to take, the call, and you have to stick with your instincts and make the decision, because if you let things go on thinking it could be something else, you're potentially risking something worse in the future. And Yeah, so yeah, I can do all lettuce, but what fun would that be? I gotta grow stuff. Once I have the environment right, there's gotta be a way. I just didn't get it this time, you guys. Maybe next time. Fourth time's a charm, maybe, right? All right, let me get this area cleaned up here. It's a sad day in the tent, you guys. My heart aches, and I'm feeling really sorry for myself right now. But it's my fault, so can't feel that sorry for myself. I knew better. I still didn't do better. That's the part about indoor gardening, is like every single day counts. As soon as I learned about VPD and dew point was the moment I should have already had a dehumidifier going in here and better airflow. And again, that's on me. Certain things could have been easily prevented, and I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't act fast enough when it mattered, you know? So like now I act fast enough, but I lost a lot of plants. I could have acted faster in that moment in time. Like I knew better. I don't know why. I was like, things are fine. Yes, this is my second year. July marked 2 years. So I know, but Bernie, it's happened to me every single run. Something else has happened that I'm just really just getting frustrated. I know it's part of the learning curve, and I know it's part of the journey, and every time, you know, you get better, but I'm just, I could have, I can't help but feel like I could have, I caused it, I did this. But we move on, right? I've got more seeds, I've got more stuff that's got to grow, and so it's the name of the game, you guys. And if you're not prepared for heartbreak now and again, then you shouldn't garden. Yep, you're right, Muff is 100% right. That's why, it's because I've had powdery mildew. I know this. I should have known. I should have done better. I should have acted faster. And I know where I went wrong. I know the exact moment. I know the exact moment that I screwed up. Like when the tomatillos started doing that weird shit with their leaves, should have been the indicator to me right away, like, get your temperature under control, because that is a breeding ground for bacteria. Yeah, jackashes, it's tough to control a big space, that's for sure. All right, so we're all cleaned up here. I'll be right back. Alright, gotta get some new net pots in. Right, net pots. Muffis says you can't change the past, but you can change the future and do new things. Absolutely, Muffis. Mia, yes, we are live. Like I told you guys, I had a potential issue with my cucumber plant, and unfortunately after assessing it, it's worse than I thought. So I just had to cut down 9 cucumber plants, 6 melon plants, 4 zinnia plants, and 2 dahlia plants. And that's all I tell right now. I can't tell what else. I can't tell what else is affected. So like I said, I hopped off the live. I cried for a good 15 minutes. Then I did some research. Then I for like another 5 minutes. And then I decided to hop on the live and do it so that I can not only document it, but also, yeah, so that I can look back on my journey. Like, these lives is more for me than it is for you. Later I can go back and watch my journey every single day, because I'll always be there. And I think that'll be really cool to look back on one day when I am super dialed in and I won't have any room anymore. It'll be cool to look on. And it also just shows people like what happens when you don't have your environment right. And yeah. Hey Kevin, thank you for being here. Today's a bit of a tough day because I just had to cut down a bunch of plants. But I'm growing my own food. I grow it in a grow tent aeroponically so that I can grow all year round. I grow all my own produce. I also have flowers and stuff, but mainly food. Shoot, I need more net pots. I just hope strawberries don't get it. I tried Googling it and I can't figure it out. So maybe it's a ChatGPT or Grok. I definitely need better airflow, that's for sure. And a dehumidifier. I wash my other foam collars, I'm just going to put the ones on top so that the water doesn't leak. Yeah, I still have my original cucumber plant in the first bucket system, but unfortunately I lost my 9 cucumber plants, 6 melon plants, 4 zinnia plants, and 2 dahlia plants. We're going to give everything a good spray, not necessarily for good measure, kind of like as a last resort. Fingers crossed, nothing else has been added. I'm going to just turn the water back on. Now I'm looking at my lettuce. I'm like, does it affect lettuce? Jack ashes, I'm not sure if the watermelon's affected, because I've watched countless YouTube videos of hydroponics, and watermelon leaves are weird. Like, even outdoor watermelons, they kind of get dried up, and I'm not 100% sure. And I can't do it. I can't bring myself to cut the watermelon. So I'm just gonna give everything a good spray. I don't know. Yeah, so this is a fungicide, Pure Crop. You dilute it with water. 6:1 ratio. So we're gonna do that every night for the next several days and see what happens. And I mean, worst comes to worst, we just kind of let the tomatoes finish up. I mean, the peppers are like unaffected, I think. I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. We're going to try to get everything back under control. We're going to pick up where we left off. The humidity, oh man, I'm struggling with that. I'm trying so hard to keep it under 50%. And on certain days, it's easier when the air conditioning is on in the house. But on days like today where it's cool outside and the AC isn't running, it's like 60%, sometimes 64%, which is really not good. Yeah. So, dehumidifier. I'm going to take one more look at the dehumidifier that I have just to make sure, confirm it doesn't work. Fans, dehumidifier, and I'm going to give these guys a good spray for the next several days. What's up, Pro Pyro? Yeah, so that's what it is, guys. That's the life of indoor gardening. Unfortunately, this happens, more often than you can imagine, I'm sure. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I can have my moment to be upset about it, and then we just have to move on. And so I had my moment, I was upset, and all we can do is do the best we can. I have a plan in place. So tonight, tomorrow, whatever, we're going to spray these plants down with a fungicide. We're going to repeat every day for the next week. I'm going to give the bucket tops like a good cleaning. Air purifier running and the UV mode on, which I don't know if that'll make a difference. And then as soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna go look at some fans and a dehumidifier, and that's the plan. So for those of you that just joined, this is my indoor grow tent. I'm 6 months into this run, and I started some new plants 5 weeks ago and added them to the run into a vacant system that I have. And it looks like we might have downy mildew on the cucumber plants, so I made the call to get rid of them. There's a very slim possibility it could have been something else, but based on the research that I did and looking at it under a scope and really assessing the best that I can, I made the decision to get rid of 9 cucumber plants, 6 melons, 3 zinnias, and 2 dahlia plants. And feeling bummed out, but that's all a part of the journey. You know, it's give and take. Last night I had a great harvest. I picked a bunch of shit and I ate it and enjoyed the crap out of it. And I still have, you know, more to enjoy throughout the week. And unfortunately, you know, give and take. This is the give, where I have to think about my garden first and think about the other plants and put them first, and put my emotions aside and cut those plants down and just move on with our lives. So that's indoor gardening for you, you guys. It's not all pretty and it's not all fun and games. It is what it is, and the benefits outweigh the devastation, for lack of a better term. So it's fine. I'm gonna take the afternoon. I'm going to calm myself down, which it's all good, you guys. I'm fine. Honestly, I'm just an emotional person, so I'm like, really? Last week was such a brutal week, and like it's not over yet. So, but it is what it is. And you know what? At least I have you guys. You guys were awesome. On the earlier live today, you helped me make the call, and abso-freaking-lutely, Death Squad. Intoxication is a must at this point. So yeah, it's 3 p.m. over here, 3:13 p.m. Anyways, so yeah, guys, all a part of these lives, showing you the good, the bad, the learning curves, the mistakes, the everything. And so it's a time of year you want to be vigilant, absolutely. And you know what, unfortunately but fortunately, with indoor growing, because it's so controlled, you have to always be vigilant, and that's just the way it is. And we're learning. Every mistake we make, we grow. And every time this happens, it's just another reason to pick ourselves back up again and start anew. So bad things happen in threes. So the water, the what else? We had all that crap last, which was, I don't know, that was already 3 things in itself. So I'm like, what the heck, man? When is it over? I'm just kidding. You know what? As long as I'm healthy, I'm safe, I have a beautiful space to have a thriving garden, and all is good in the world. I'm just being a little bitch. So let's move on with our lives. Let's move on from this. That being said, thank you for joining me. This afternoon was difficult, but tomorrow we'll be back at it, and we will assess everything closely and talk about it more. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. And keep on keeping on, you guys, because that's what I'm going to try to do. But yeah, everyone have a positive rest of your day, and thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. time. Peace.